Hello and welcome to another installment of LeadMaster webinars. Today we're going to be looking at workflow automation. First off, I'd like to welcome all of our clients and prospects here in Australia, New Zealand, and also across Asia Pacific as well. Thank you for taking your time out to look at our feature today. This will be a short webinar, expected to run for about 10-15 minutes. There will be a Q&A, guys, so please fill it out. Any questions you have, there is a question box on your screen, and you can fill them out and we will be in touch. We'll also be recording this webinar to put it up on our YouTube channel, and marketing will have that up probably next week. Okay, so we're going to push on and we're going to explore automation and workflow management, and also the kind of how powerful that feature is with regards to our CRM. Okay, so we're just on a standard dashboard here, so you guys will all have this after you log in. What automation and workflow management does essentially, guys, is it kind of eradicates the need for repetitive manual actions. Okay, what I mean by that is something that a human is doing over and over again. Our CRM can take that on board and automate it. Okay, so I'll give you a few examples. If an email comes in, an inquiry to the CRM, and it goes to one of our reps, our rep will manually follow that up. Okay, now as your inquiries start growing and building, it becomes costly and resource intensive to have a manual process in place there whereby we have to continuously respond. What the CRM will do is it will automate those responses, but automate it in a smart, professional way that it looks like it's coming from a human. Okay, so I'm talking signatures, email addresses, contact details, so it looks exactly like you're speaking with a real person, and that's just going to save a lot of time. So we're going to run through a scenario today on how automation and workflow management can help you guys out in business. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is we need to go and have a look at our automation and workflow management feature. Now, for all the administrators there, this will be enabled by default. So we click on administration at the top. We scroll down and we have a look at automation and workflow management. Okay, we've got some here running at the moment. We're just going to set up a new workflow process. So on the top left hand side, on the orange screen, you can see Add Workflow Process. Please click that. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to send what we want to set up here is a workflow process. So I want to send an introduction email. Okay, so if an inquiry comes in, I want to send something out as an autoresponder. Okay, that looks professional and that we can set up very, very easy. Okay, so we're going to call this send intro email, and we can apply it when existing records are in the database, or we've got options. So we can apply it when adding new records, adding new and updating existing records, and assigning records to other account managers. We're going to choose the third option here today. So this is for new records that come in and also existing records that meet a certain criteria. Okay, so let's click on save. Okay, so how automation and workflow management works is on the left hand side we've got a condition evaluated, and on the right hand side we've got the resulting action that will apply once the condition is evaluated. Okay, so we have to come up with a business process rule that identifies when a certain condition is met. Okay, so let's go in and edit a condition. Okay, so as you can see, you've got a big wide box here that you can fill in conditions. Okay, how it works is you will select a field from the database, and we're continuously working on this, guys, and expanding it out. But what we'll do is it covers at the moment the majority of standard fields in your CRM. So we need a unique identifier, okay, that in this scenario identifies when a record or a inquiry has come in, and we need to respond by sending them the introduction email. Okay, and one that we will use is probably the list source. Okay, we can use list source or lead source. We're going to take it that we're going to use the list source today. Okay, and we're going to say that if it's an incoming call, or maybe it's an incoming email. Okay, So what we're saying here today is that if an incoming email has come in, we're gonna presume that this is from an inquiry from our website, or that they've emailed us directly. Okay, we're going to insert that condition. Okay, so any record that gets tagged with this flag, we're going to presume is an inquiry into our business. Okay, so what we do is we select the list source, we select the operator as equals, and we select the value that we want to identify it as. Okay, and then we click insert, and that will pull in the condition at the top. You can also pull in multiple conditions. Okay, so you can have and or. It's basic Boolean logic, so that only if it meets either one or all the conditions will the action apply. So let's click on save. And you can see now on the left hand side the condition evaluated is list source incoming email. Okay, so the resulting action that we want to follow up is we want to send out an email saying thank you for inquiring, and we would have a standard template built. So let's click on send email. Okay, now we can fill out the details of the email that this system is going to automate. So what we would do is we would probably send it back to the primary contact, so that we'd leave that as the from name. It might be a generic email address, or it might be some personal email address. Okay, so I'm going to use my own here. Okay, and you've got other alternative options here as well, guys, if you want to automate it so that it will also always send from the assigned account manager, or always send from the particular logged in user. Okay, they're up to you, and they depend on your own business process rules. Okay, now what we will do is we will have a template that we will put in here. Okay, so what we suggest you do is create some templates that we're going to automate. Okay, so I'm just going to save this rule, but what I'm going to show you is how we can create a template that we're going to save, and that's going to be used for every inquiry. So we've created our response here, but what we're going to send out, we're going to show you in a minute, and you can also add attachments as well to the email. So let's just save this, and you can see now that when the list source is an incoming email, we're going to send an email out. It's going to go to the primary contact. It's going to be from Glenn, and it's going to contain nothing at present because the email message template is blank. Okay, so let's go and get an email message template. So let's click on save so that we don't have to do our process again, and let's go and get a template that we're going to automatically send out. If we go back into administration and we go into email message templates, it's about 6 or 7 down on the right hand side. And what we're going to do is we're going to select a predefined template that we've developed already. Okay, so we're going to use this particular template here. And guys, these are fully customizable templates. You can, as always, pull in your logos, your branding, pull in your links, and it's very easy to do. Okay, we're just going to select this option now, just for this example. So we're going to save it as, and we're going to call it the intro email. Okay, and we're going to save that into this folder. Okay, and that's fine. So that's just going to bring up what the template will look like. Okay, obviously when you customize it, it will suit your business. So now that we've created our template, we're going to go back into our workflow automation, and we're going to have a look. And we're going to pick out the one that we've just done, which is a send intro email down the bottom, and we're just going to edit that. Okay, and we're going to edit the send email. And now you can see in the email message template drop-down box, we've got the intro email. Okay, and maybe if we wanted, we could attach some PDFs, Word documents, if we needed to as well. Okay, so if we had a brochure, we've none in there at the moment, but we can attach files as well, guys, and they will automatically send out. So we could send out Word documents, PDFs, JPEGs, you name it, whatever collateral you need, you can attach it as well. So now we click on save. Okay, and that's it. That's the automation built. So once an email comes in and it's flagged as a incoming email, the system now will automatically reply to that inquirer with our standard template, informing them of our products or services that they've inquired about. Okay, so that's one aspect of automation and workflow management and how to set it up. Another part I want to show you guys is using express checkboxes. Okay, so this is when we've built the workflow, we want our guys who are using the system to activate it very quick. Okay, so if someone calls in and they speak to someone like a rep, the rep can tick a box and that box will send out the information automatically instead of the rep having to manually create an email each time. Okay, so what I want to show you today is the express checkbox option. Okay, so how we get to this is we click on accounts and then we click into our record here. Okay, we've got express checkbox on this, so let's go into administration. First thing you want to check, guys, is that it is enabled. So we go into administration, go into customize pages, and go to edit profile on the left hand side. Okay, and if we scroll down you can see these call activity stats. Okay, and these are just labels, but these labels can actually run automation and workflow management. So we've called this particular one send general SAS info. Okay, so when we tick this box on a record, this will start some automation. Okay, now I just want to show you how we do that. So we'll give our labels, these will be blank labels on your work groups, but we'll give them labels that mean something, which we've done here. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to go and build a workflow for the send general SAS info. And how we do that is we go back into administration, we go into automation and workflow management, and now we create one for that send general SAS info. Okay, and we're just going to have it on existing records. And we're going to edit the condition. And this condition is a little bit different because it's not a status, it's not a stage. What it is a checkbox. So what you'll have in your work group, and this is just a demo work group at the moment, is we'll have an option in here on the left hand side that says just below partner rep, it will say send general SAS info. Okay, and it'll say checkbox, and then we'll say the value will say was checked. Okay, and that means then whenever anyone ticks that box, it will send out the general SAS info. Okay, so you can, once you build your express checkboxes and put in your labels, they will appear here in this list, and then you can just select them from it. Okay, and then every time your rep ticks that box, it will perform that action. Okay, so it just means that if we want to get emails out or collateral out really quick, we can use tick boxes in conjunction with automation and workflow management. And we can show you guys how to set that up in all of your work groups as well. So you can just chat to us and ask some questions, and our support team here will help you guys out. Okay, now one thing you can do as well is you can perform multiple actions. Okay, so the ones we've shown you so far, we've had one condition and we've had one action. Okay, so we could have multiple actions. So a good example of that is if we're calling a prospect or a client and we get voicemail, it would be nice if we had a tick box that says got voicemail, call back in 2 days. Okay, so what the system can do is once you fill out your labels, you can tick that box, and the system will then schedule an automatic callback event using the resulting action. So we would have add event. Okay, we'll also then pull in another action that says add to sales rep comments or notes that will fill in automatically saying we got voicemail, we're calling back tomorrow. Okay, and it will prompt the user to call that person tomorrow, but also update the notes automatically so that every time we're getting voicemail, it's not a manual input to the CRM, the system is doing it automatically. Okay, and we can also expand that out to include emails and assigning of records and updating of records. Okay, so you can combine a multiple set of actions just based on one or many conditions. Okay, so that's up to you guys to work on and work for what's best for your business. And guys, that actually is how simple automation and workflow management is. So that completes the webinar today. Any questions, as always, please ask them and we will get back. As discussed, our video of today's webinar will be available on our YouTube channel, so please stay tuned for that, and we'll be sending out emails where you can go and download that and have a refresher. Okay, we will be holding another webinar soon, possibly next month, and we'll cover some new features that we've been working on and we're quite excited about here at LeadMaster. So guys, listen, thanks very much for your time. I hope that clears up the automation and workflow management feature and kind of has your head spinning on how it can work for your business. So with that, we're going to sign off and we'll talk again soon. Thank you.